Congratulations, you're wealthy. Secretly wealthy. $47 million. Not in a vault. In index funds. 2 apartment buildings, and a brokerage account you check less often than the weather. Here's what that means. You could spend $3,100 a day every day for the next 41 years and still die rich. Here's another way to feel it. Someone earning $100,000 a year finds a 50 in an old coat. That's what a $14,000 dinner is to you. Found money, a rounding error. But there's a problem. Nobody can know. And money this quiet still makes noise. There are 7 signs. You're already showing all of them. It starts small. It always starts small. Sign number 1. You never look at the price. The first sign is the pause. Or rather, you're missing one. Watch a normal table when the check arrives. Everyone does the little ceremony, the glance down, the half-second of math, the micro-flinch. You don't. Your eyes skip the right side of the menu like it's printed in a language you never learned. You order the steak because you want the steak. Your friend notices before you do. He watches your hands when the bill comes. You're the only one at the table who never looks down. So you get careful. You decide the money will show nothing. Nope, not enough. Not even close. Sign number 2. You buy things once. You buy the coat. Gray. No logo, no shine, nothing. It looks like it came from a department store in 2009. It cost $6,300 because that's the trick of the whole industry. The less it shows, the more it costs. That's the second sign. You buy things once. Your boots are 11 years old, and they will outlive your neighbor's car. Sign number 3. Your signals don't match, which is a problem because your car is the camouflage. A 2014. A cord with a scratch on the door you never fixed. Perfect. Until someone sees your wrist. The watch is from 1968. It's worth more than the house you grew up in. $41,000, which for you is what a $70 Casio is to someone earning $80,000 a year. The math is identical. The room is not. That's the third sign. The signals don't match. Old car, old watch. One of them is lying, and people can feel it even when they can't read it. So you go fully invisible. Cash. Quiet. Nothing to see. You fly, and you lie flat, and the little door closes. And nobody on earth knows where you are for 6 hours. You tell everyone it was points. I had points. Nobody has that many points. The ticket was $11,400, the equivalent of someone on $100,000 a year grabbing a $22 Uber. You wouldn't even mention the Uber, but you mention the points. Every time, and every time it's a slightly worse lie, not a seat. The cabin. The entire front of the plane. If you're the kind of person who notices things like this, subscribe. This channel is for people who notice, and be honest. You've spotted one of these in someone before. Type the number below. I read every comment. And then comes the biggest purchase. The one no store sells. Time. Dentist on a Tuesday at 10 a.m. The grocery store at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. When it's empty and quiet and beautiful. You don't have a schedule. You have weather. And you think this is the one luxury with no signature, no bag, no logo, no receipt. Here's what nobody tells you about quiet money. Money is easy to hide. Behavior isn't. You can bury the statements. You can't bury the calm, but you want coffee. Just coffee. The place on 5th, 350, burnt, perfect. The counterwoman calls you hon and means it. You've been going for 9 years. Now you sit there and do math you never used to do. Not the price of the coffee. The price of you. If she knew, would she still say it like that? You catch yourself leaving a $20 tip on a $3.50 coffee. And you understand a tip like that isn't kindness. It's a signature. The coffee tastes exactly the same. But everything around it is different. So you stop going there. Your oldest friend is next. 14 years. Since the dorm. Since the summer you both ate rice for a month. He reads you better than anyone, so he's the one who changes first. It doesn't happen in a fight. It happens slowly, then all at once. He laughs at jokes that aren't funny. Yours mostly. He starts calling you big man. He never called you big man. He asks your opinion on things he never asked about before. Cars, neighborhoods he's looking at, a watch he saw. He isn't asking for advice. He's taking your temperature, checking what you know, checking what you are. Sign number 4, you pay before anyone notices, and you hand him the evidence. That's the 4th sign. The one most people miss, and the one that ends friendships quietly. You pay for things before anyone knows they've arrived. The check never lands on the table. It just resolves like weather. Nobody ever sees the transaction, so nobody can ever thank you properly. And the debt just hangs there in the air between you, getting thicker. At poker night, you lose $340 on purpose. It costs you nothing and buys you one more month of being ordinary. And both of those facts make you sick. Then the invitation that doesn't come. The lake in June. You find out in September from a photo. Nobody lied to you. Nobody had to. They just refiled you. Not a friend anymore. A resource. A possibility. A guy who might pick up something someday. You didn't lose him in an argument. You lost him in a ledger, then her. 8 months. On the second date, she reaches for the check. Actually reaches fast, like she means it. And that's the moment you decide you could love her. Which is exactly the kind of thing you'll be thinking about later. At 3 a.m. Because the question arrives on schedule. It always arrives. Does she like you? Or does she like this? Sign number 5. You never complain about work. You've been careful. The apartment is nice, but not insane. The car is the Accord. And still, one night, mid-dinner, you watch it happen across the table. Her eyes change. She's just realized that in 8 months, she has never once heard you complain about work. Not a boss, not a deadline, not a raise, not a meeting, not a single sentence about where your days go. That's the 5th sign. It isn't what money says. It's what money no longer has to say. She starts asking careful questions. You start giving careful answers. Every answer is true. None of them are honest. Now you're both performing, and you can feel the performance. And the worst part is, you can't tell whether hers started before or after yours. You'll never know. That's the thing you carry. Not that she wanted the money. You don't know that. Not that she didn't. You don't know that either. The not knowing is the whole wound. You draft a message. Delete it. Draft another. 3 words. Can we talk? She reads it. She doesn't respond. And still, the loudest distance isn't hers. It's waiting at home, where the love was never in question. First, a normal moment. Hold it, because it's the last one. Your mother calls on a Sunday. Nothing's wrong. She saw a bird in the garden. Some kind of jay, she thinks. She describes it badly. You look it up together. 40 minutes about nothing. It's the best call you've had in a year. 2 weeks later, you pay off the house. Through a lawyer. Through a trust, through a story about a bank program that doesn't exist. $287,000 gone. For you, that's the emotional weight of a $340 gift card to someone earning $100,000 a year. You feel nothing. That's the purchase, actually, the nothing, and it works. Until Thanksgiving, your brother reaches for the check. He always reaches. He makes $71,000 a year and reaches anyway. And this time, everyone looks at you. Not at him, at you. And in that half second, you understand. Once you pay for something people can't repay, you're not family at the table anymore. You're the bank at the table. Your father stops mentioning prices around you. Your mother starts texting instead of calling. Warm texts. Formal, like you're a company she has a good relationship with. She still tells you about the birds. But now the texts end with, "No need to reply." And you both know what she means. And neither of you will ever say it. You can't unsend the money. That's the part nobody warns you about. The money isn't the distance. The money builds the distance, brick by brick, out of gratitude. And then it stops being emotional. In March, a contractor you fired in 2022 sues. Then a business partner you've met twice. Then a man who slipped on a sidewalk in front of a building he shouldn't know you own. 3 lawsuits in 8 months. $12,000 in legal fees. None of them real, all of them expensive. Your lawyer calls it the tax on being findable, so you pay to become unfindable. An LLC inside the old LLC. A mailbox in Delaware. A phone that isn't in your name. You Google yourself at 1 a.m. and feel relief when nothing comes up. And then you sit with what that relief means. You've become a person whose best-case scenario is not existing. The quiet comes next. It's not even sad. That's what makes it what it is. Tuesday, 11 a.m., a matinee. You sit in the center of an empty theater, watching a film about people who need things. 214 seats. Yours is the only one with a coat on it. Dinner is at 7, because the building's restaurant opens at 7. The table is set for 1. It is always set for 1. The waiter knows your order, your water, your allergy. He has worked there 6 years and never once asked your name. Because names are for people, and you are a table. Sign number 6. You disappear, and nobody asks why. At 3 a.m. you walk. And this is the 6th sign. You disappear on a Tuesday and nobody asks why. Nobody's job is to ask anymore. The hallway camera tracks you from the elevator to the door. You stop. It stops. It is the most attentive relationship you have. The staff is kind. 12 people, 2 buildings. They water the plants, sign for the packages, remember your birthday from a form. You tip each of them $500 in December, and they thank you with the warmth of people who are paid to be warm, and you cannot tell the difference anymore. Maybe there isn't one. That's worse. Sign number 7. Nothing shakes you, and through all of it, you're calm. That's the 7th sign, the one underneath all the others. A pipe bursts. A market drops. A lawsuit lands. Your pulse doesn't move. You used to think calm was a personality. Now you know it's just a balance. Everyone can feel it on you. Nobody can name it. It reads as confidence. It's actually distance. One night, you drive back to the old neighborhood and park the Accord where you always parked it. The coffee place on 5th is a frozen yogurt shop now. The counterwoman's name was Rosa. You learn this from a framed photo by the register, 11 years too late. 9 years of hun. You never asked. You stay in the car a while. Above the yogurt shop, above 5th, above everything, the sky is doing what it did when you were 22 and splitting rice. The stars haven't moved. Everything underneath them has 311 contacts in your phone. 12 staff across 2 buildings. 1 voicemail, 40 minutes long, about a bird. Your net worth has 8 digits. You've listened to it 11 times.